I Ain't That Shit.
It's about self-empowerment. It's about self-awareness. It's about self-respect.
As you can see, we have a different episode this week, and I am here with a fantastic group of youth. And I want you to tell us, first of all, introduce yourself to our audience. Tell us about your organization, what it is that you do.
Okay. Hello, and thank you for having us on the show. My name is Andrea Johnson, and this is the organization Girl You Could Do It Inc. And the group that you see here today is the Young Women on the Move. Girl You Could Do It Inc. was started in 2007, first as a volunteer organization that grew into much more. It started out with my daughter and wanting to have her friends volunteer that were within the neighborhood. And one thing led to another with that regards, and now what you see today is really what Girl You Could Do It consists of. We have young ladies ranging from all walks of life, which is awesome, you know, from on all age ranges. Girl You Could Do It, we service at promise youth. We don't like to call our youth at risk because we believe every youth has a promised future, and it's all helping them to attain that promise. And having them realize that they are valuable. I can't even get it out.
That's okay.
You know, and that they're worth it. We teach them how to self-love themselves, as well as let them know that the world is theirs, and whatever they want to accomplish in this, and whatever they want to do is, you know, it's up to them.
Why are you a part of Girl You Can Do It?
Why I'm here is because, you know, these young ladies behind me, I actually I do pageants. I'm, you know, currently I'm competing for Miss Black America, and I'm representing Pennsylvania.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so the reason why I got into pageants was to help the young women. You know, that's my whole goal, is to just be a mentor to young girls, especially, you know, young colored females, you know, who have sometimes lose their way and who don't think they're beautiful. And I just saw like this as a way, as a platform to go out.
Growing up the way a lot of my youth did, because I didn't have a silver spoon. I didn't have a good growing up experience. I went through foster care. I, you know, went through abuse. I went through so many horrific things, and, you know, and who saved me was my grandparents. And they instilled so much into me, and one of the biggest things that my grandfather had taught me is to say, always give back. You know, someone was there for you, now you need to be there for someone else. And, you know, giving back doesn't mean you always have to give of money. It's not about money. It's about your time, your energy, your kind words, your compassion, and all those things into one. And so when I'm able to reach out to a lot of youth and give them that understanding, and they can relate to, because I can relate to what they're going through, and tell them, like, look, what you see today has not always been.
Exactly.
You know, so, you know, if I can do it, let me try to show you how to do it.
There are a lot of, you know, young girls and going through a lot of struggles and stuff. What are some of the things that maybe I'm too old, I don't know, and, you know, Mom, maybe we're old, but, you know, what are some of the things that maybe young girls, like you said yourself, that she saved you, what are some of the things that young girls need to be saved from?
Self-esteem issues. Self-esteem is a really, really big factor. And social media plays a big part in this. You have, you know, I look at the girls now who are like 14 and 15. Not talking about these young ladies, but, you know, a lot of them grown. Like, face is like just full of makeup, half naked, you know, on Facebook and Instagram. And it's just for likes, for acceptance. And it's getting to a point now where you can't tell if these girls are 14 or 15 anymore. They look like
14 or 28.
Grown.
Did anybody here, and we're going to be honest, did anybody here deal with that? Was that anybody's issue? Were you putting out the pictures with all the makeup and kind
I wasn't allowed to wear.
we weren't allowed to wear
makeup to a prom. So.
Me personally, yes, I was one of those girls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was one of those girls. Like, I had to be exposed to be noticed and to be that this guy wants me. It was at a point in my life where, though, yes, I used to have sex with guys for money, but it had to take me to go through all of that to get where I am. So if I do see somebody that's 13 and 14, like, girl, what is you doing? You don't have to do that to yourself. So I believe that the way everything that I went through, it wasn't necessarily for me, it's to save other people.
But at least
so I don't find it as an excuse. Yeah, I don't find it as an excuse.
At least you speak to them, and that's
because I have a 14-year-old daughter, and excuse me, not a daughter, a sister, and she's like, I don't need a Facebook. No, you're not. my mom's 38. She's like young. I'm like the adult. She's a child. And she's like, oh, well, Mom, I don't care what your mother said. No, you're not getting it. But I know what social media did to me.
Yeah.
Right.
I know what, it doesn't do that to me now, you know. Because now that I believe in God and everything, He makes ways for me out of no way. So social media more so for me is like, I help people. Or I pull things from off of social media to save me. You know what I'm saying? So social media is not always, it's just out. It's how it's set up. Like how it's very challenging being a young woman, a young man. If you don't have a tattoo, or if you don't have this, or if you don't have that, you're not cool enough.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the thing.
So
That's the thing.
That's the thing. You know, I want, since you speak to young girls, you see young girls that are dealing with the same thing that you may have dealt with. Some young girl is watching, is going to see this, and I want you to look into the camera, and I want you to briefly speak to somebody that may be doing the same thing on social media that you were doing. What would you say to her?
what would I say to her?
And speak to her.
Speak to your young you.
What would you? Yeah, I was about to say. What would you say to you?
I would say that anything that you're going through, nothing is too hard for God. Pray your way through and press your way through. And don't allow nobody to, you know, take you away from your dream. Or you can shine wherever you are. You could be in a bar, you could be anywhere. I mean, I'm placed in the strangest places to save people. I'm always, like, I'm like a magnet that just to be like, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, well, how did I meet this person? It's no such thing as you can't or you won't. Because you can get there. It's no such thing as you won't. Because doors will open for you. You just have to be willing to subject to change and to walk into them.
And know that you're enough.
That you, just the way that you are.
The way that you are.
It's enough.
And I feel like it's up to us, you know, the young women who are in their 20s, you know, to reach back to the young females. Like, it's very important. And just looking at, you know, how I grew up, it's totally different, like, in this day and age. And like I said again, like, social media, it's like, you know, the phone.
But it's not necessarily social media. It's about empowering them on how to deal with it. Because it's not what something is, it's how you react to it. People don't make you angry. It's how you respond to them that allows them to know.
Social media can be a powerful tool for
Right.
good.
It can.
Or it can be quite destructive.
We have youth from all over the city. You know, it's not just one section of the city. We have them coming from the Northeast, West Philly, North Philly, you know, wherever. But it's a matter of, you know, they're at a place where, like I said, I look at it as a safe haven. And it's like, let's talk about it. That's how we begin to solve things, is we talk about it, and then we see what we can do, how we can deal with it from then on.
Okay. Is it more comfortable for you to talk about issues here than it is at home and with your parents?
I think it's like the same comfortable, but like it depends. Most of the time I don't share stuff because I don't know who is willing to sit there and listen.
Really? At home with your parents?
No, like I'm just saying in like general.
In general, okay. All right, so here you feel this is a safe enough environment. There's always somebody to listen. Okay. You girls, ladies, divas, grown women. You know, and when I was in school, there was a lot of peer pressure and a lot of competition, girls against girls. And it's still going on today?
I think it's worse.
I think it's worse.
Yeah.
You think it's worse today?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's like, I think it's like homosexuality, like, I mean, TV, I'm not despising it with nobody. Television is gay. Like, television will make you feel like, okay, it's okay to me to like a woman. Me personally, I'm not against a man liking a man, you know, whatever, was to each his own, but it, like, what's on TV, it just poisons your mind. And if you don't have their knowledge or their home and their foundation of their person, you're going to go out there in the world and you're going to be gay.
It is so.
You're going to be
They changed the
To hear
characters on
young
Sesame
people
Street.
talking about this,
But
you know, to
I'm
have
saying
this
they're gonna be
viewpoint.
gay.
Wow. You said they changed the characters on Sesame Street.
What they're trying to do now is, so Bert and Ernie growing up, they were roommates.
Right.
And they were friends, and they used to annoy each other, and that was it, point blank period.
Yep.
But now what they've done is say that they were the first same-sex couple to introduce the children, and I was saying, no, it was never like that. I mean, because I know for a fact that SpongeBob, now he is the first gay character to be. So this character was, and the Teletubbies when I was growing up, the one that was supposed to be the Tinky Winky, he was supposed to be the one to introduce people, because he was a boy, but he had a purse, and he was to like let little boys know it's okay. And then there was even a woman that had a special on her on 60 Minutes and she wrote a book called My Fairy Son, like My Fairy Princess Son.
Okay.
So it's basically what they're trying to do is tell children.
Desensitize you.
Yeah, so like, and even if people feel this way, they have this feeling. What they're trying to do is now make people who are straight feel uncomfortable for, like, they're making you feel like if you haven't had these feelings, like, no, everybody's wanted to feel this way before, and if you haven't, you're suppressing yourself, or you're this, and it's not that I have friends that are that way. I have no problems with them at all. I have family members that are that way. But what I'm not going to do is say that it's something wrong with me for liking a man. I mean, I love them. They're like my favorite thing next to shoes. So, I mean, I have a boyfriend. I love them. They're great. It's nice. I like women. I think they're beautiful. I find beauty in them. I'm not attracted to them. I'm not afraid to tell a woman, you are gorgeous, you are darling. But I thank you, dear, and all of you guys are. And what I see now, and what she just mentioned is very true. And my brother was just saying the same thing. They do it to the rappers that are out now. They trying to make them very like effeminate looking. They're doing it with Jaden Smith. He's like, why is he a model for a female line? It really makes no sense. And so even on TV shows, usually it used to be put an African American person on the show to say you're diverse. Yeah. And now it's, the show isn't right until you have a homosexual. And it's fine, embrace them, let them have it, but let homosexuals be who they are. Don't put them in a box. Don't make them, every time it's a homosexual man, they have to be like that, because all homosexual men aren't that way. Some men are men, a man that likes a man, but don't make them into something they're not, because I don't like when they put people of color on TV shows and have us all talking as if we can't articulate.
Exactly.
So that's what I don't want to see.
Right. That's like the spokesperson for it. I don't have a problem with, homosexuals, not at all. But I feel like I'm seeing a lot more so in hip hop. More so with our black men. And, we praise these shows. Even the comedians. Every comedian that gets so big, you have to play a female. Yeah, the Prince is different things. And so now they're making it because you have the inner city guys looking at the guys, with the tighter pants and like wearing all these like, nothing wrong with pastel colors, but that's still, to me, I think it goes deeper than that. It's, breaking down like our community, the black community. Because now you have the men who are acting more like women, and it's like it's to reach more feminine. So not only is it so much like prison systems and like killing them, now you're taking away the structure, and so that's why you have so many of us single, black women, because it's like our men are now.
But that's because a lot of these growing up in houses where the women are. If you grew up in a home where I grew up, my dad is king. Okay, God is real. But I believe him. We pray him. But my mom know God is up there and David Jones is here. So my dad reigns supreme, and my mom made sure she taught us never emasculate a man, never talk down, never let anybody talk down to you. She always taught us how to respect and how to interact with men, and vice versa. So if you grow up and you're a child and your dad left your mom and left her with a bitter taste in her mouth, and you look just like him, she's going to call you every name in the book that she can't call him. So she's going to make you feel bad. She's going to say, I'm the man. I'm the one that's feeding you. I'm doing this. Ain't no man ever do that. I did that. I'm the man. And so then you got the boy, I'm the man. I'm the woman. I'm just like my mom. I want to be like my mom, because they're emulating power. So it's not that they necessarily want to be gay. It's not that they want to be effeminate. They just want to be what power is. And so their power is a woman. And so you took the man out, and then these men, some of these men don't even know. It's just bad blood. So these men don't know. They run into their child, and this child looking at them, calling them names, cursing at them, having his hate, his venom in them. And then you got women that want to be the men. These
so it's confused. It's all types of
things.
Now the girls in the back, because are you all still in school? Everybody in the back still in school? Okay, and because of what you said, everything's on the TV, and the sexuality is so, I don't want to say mixed up, but I'm going to say mixed up. How does that make you feel? Do you feel like, okay, maybe I need to experiment with my sexuality? Is this, the images that you see, because homosexuality is immersed in everything, does it make you feel like, okay, this is the norm, or this has to be my norm, or maybe I need to test or question my own sexuality?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Why not?
Because I know who I am.
Say that again?
I know who I am, and I'm not going to let that influence me. If I do decide to be with a female or something like that, I'm going to do it just because I want to do it. Because it's natural. Not because, I seen it on TV and that's what I want to go do.
She ain't that chick.
She ain't that chick. Give me some. Yes, and I'm coming back to you.
I really wanted to know. I really wanted to know. How is it in high school with you guys? Like seriously, I really want to know.
Personally, I don't think it's more of a sexuality thing. I think it's more so of a weak-minded, black female against everybody thing, like against society, because we have to be accepted not only by the guys that we are interested in, we have to be accepted by our other sisters as well, because starting from slavery, we were always we not me, but our ancestors and everything, they came up being as though, the light-skinned girls are better than the dark-skinned girls, and the brown-skinned girls are just perfect. So if we have to go against our own kind, we have to go against those who are, who want to be against us and put us down as well, which are, more than likely the Caucasian people. So we have to go against everybody.
Do you see the opposite? Because I remember growing up, it was like light skin, this, that, and third. But now they're doing this team dark skin, and that's cool. I think it should be team us.
Team melanin.
Yeah, it should be team us. So how do y'all feel about the reverse? Because I'm seeing that right now, and now people putting down light skin people.
And that's a thing.
And that's not cool either.
I think now is more so they're putting down the light-skinned people because they feel like they're more closer to white. They have this big hate against white because of how much we have to struggle and how much, how different our lives could have been if it weren't for.
So that's what's going on in school. It's like the chocolate girls are going against.
Well, it always been like remember like
so back in the day it was
school days.
It was a light against dark skin. But so now you're saying that it's flipped. The chocolate sisters are against the light sisters because
I think that I think it's three different skin tones. It's the light skin, the brown skin that's in the middle, and it's the dark skin. I think they're all against each other when in reality we should all be together.
You guys actually are the three.
The three.
When I was in college, it was people that were your complexion, and they were telling me, because you're light skinned, and I was like, but you're not light skinned. They was like, yes, I am light skinned. I was like, but you're not. You're brown.
But say that. What do people say? You are cute to be a what?
You look very nice to be a dark skinned girl.
How does that make you feel?
It's true.
It makes me feel bad. It makes me feel bad because I want to look good because I look good. I look good to be this color.
Okay.
So I feel like that's the problem in art. Well, personally, me, I think that's the problem. Is still this color thing that's been happening since years ago.
Yeah. Do you believe you're beautiful?
Want to find out more about I Ain't That Chick? Visit our website at www.IAin'tThatChick.com.